Okay, for op art or OP art, this one needs to be done on computer paper. You're going to draw at least 20 lines. They can be parallel, they can be diagonals, they can be however you want to do it. Some people have drawn squiggly lines. I'm going to show you a couple examples. This is a basic op art. You have your parallel lines. They don't need to be evenly spaced. It looks a lot cooler if they're not evenly spaced. Get this glare off. And then you're going to draw a couple shapes within them. And then your shapes are going to be alternately colored. So the outside of the line was pink. The inside the shape was black. Outside the line, or in the parallel lines, was black. Inside the shape is pink. So you're going to do them alternate. You can also, this person's really cool. I like that they did the darker color outside and this lighter color inside. Some people have flipped that. They look really cool. You can do any kind of shape. It does not have to be a square or triangle. Like this one. This one kind of looks like a state, like Alabama. Or, and then you can draw like polygons. You can draw any kind of shape you would like. Some people have drawn words inside of them, and you'll see a couple of those examples. This person did puzzle pieces, which was really cool. But you can also be more intricate than parallel lines. Some people go diagonal down the page, and you'll see some of those examples on Schoology. And then this one did like a burst of lines. So they're diagonal, but it all comes out from the center. And then they drew those shapes on the inside. This one looked really cool. You can also do that same burst, but you can do curves inside instead of shapes. And these curves make it look really awesome. And alternate your curves. This one curved out, so this one curved in. This one curved in, so this one curved out. And just alternate your curves. There's also a worm picture, which basically you just make squiggly lines down the center, and then one line through the middle of the picture, and then just do curves from that line. And I'll show you that one in just a second. So I'm going to look at the parallel line first. Actually, I'm going to go with diagonals. So you can do, let me see if I can zoom this out some. So with your computer paper, you can do diagonals. You need at least 20 lines. So you draw at least 20 lines. And again, don't space them evenly. Make some big, make some smaller. Just space them however you'd like. But just get 20 lines on here. Use a ruler to make sure that they're straight. If you don't have a ruler, any straight edge you have will work. It can be the side of a box. It could literally be anything. The side of a notebook. Whatever you have at home to use. Just make your 20 lines here. So to save time on this video, I'm just going to focus on these lines. And then you're going to draw some shapes inside. Okay, draw some shapes inside. So I'm going to draw, I'm just going to go crazy. Just draw something random. It can be absolutely any shape. It does not matter. Go very basic on this and go with a triangle. And then you just want to color them. Some people outline their lines like in black. Like this person outlined their lines in black. So did they. And then some people don't. Some people just color the lines. It does not matter what you do as long as they're alternately colored. You don't have to use 2 colors. If you'd like to use 3, you can use 3. I'll do that. And just pick a line and start coloring. Now, I'm going to go through this really fast so you don't have to spend time watching me color. But make sure you color it neatly. That's where part of your score comes in. If you're just scribbling, you're not going to get great points for this. I'm going to do 3 colors to show you what that one would look like. If you just did 2 colors, then you'd go red, green, over and over. I'm going to show you 3. I'm good on here. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. Okay. Now, it's a lot better if you use colored pencils on these because the markers, the more you color, they tend to bleed over into the other areas, and that messes up the picture. So it's a lot better to use colored pencils or crayons or whatever you would choose to use. And again, I'm just going super fast through this. I'm not trying to make this perfect. You can see a lot of examples online that are more perfect than this. And then you would do green again. You would go green, and then you would go red, and then you would go purple. And just follow that design. So then this would be purple, red, green, and purple. For the inside of your shape, if you use 3 or more colors, just make sure they don't end up matching up with the outside. So the inside here is red, so this does not need to be red. I'm going to do red. I'll do red first, so it'll match with the green. And I'll follow that pattern. So after red came purple, so I'm going to do purple inside that. And then after purple would be green. So then inside the purple section, I'm going to do green. But just make sure the color never matches up. And you'll do the same thing down here. Inside the purple would be green. Inside the red is purple. And inside that little bitty green would be red. And you just do that for the whole paper. The squigglies I was telling y'all about, the little worm shapes, if you would like to try these. Again, you're just going to draw a little squiggle down the middle of your paper. And then squiggles everywhere else. And they don't even have to be even. I like this one because this little squiggle doesn't even go to the end of the page. So that worm is actually a lot cooler. Like this little worm, it doesn't even go to the end of the page. So those were really cool as well. So if you want to start somewhere in the middle, you can make a worm that goes like halfway. I'll make another one on this side. And I'll just do this half of the paper. And then from that center line that you drew, you want to go out, curves going out from that. So they curve away from the center line. Same thing at the bottom. They're going to curve away from the center. They don't have to be evenly spaced. For some projects, the more imperfect it is, it actually looks really neat. So if you want to like make them not evenly spaced, they can actually turn out a little bit cooler. We'll do this one. And then you don't want these lines to match up. That'll make them look too, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it actually looks a lot better if the lines don't match up. I'll focus on those. So then you have your option. They just shaded the edges to make it look like there was a little shine on the worms. Some people shade the entire thing and alternate colors, and you'll see one of those on Schoology as well. So you can alternate the colors. No, it's just so boring watching me color. And again, I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to get through this really fast so you don't have to watch me color forever. I'm trying not to hit the camera again. And then you can do the same on this side. Or you can pick a different color on this side. It does not matter. Be creative with it. Do what you'd like. And if my coloring a little bit outside the lines is driving you crazy, I'm sorry. And then you can do the inside with a different color. And just so it doesn't match up right here with the blue, I'm actually going to pick a different color for the bottom. And again, that is totally fine. Then it'll just look like two different worms. If you'd like to do the one where the shading, where it looks like it has a little shine on it, they just colored the edges. And then don't make it like a straight line in the middle. Like kind of leave a little, that's not very light on this picture at all. Let me see that a little better. See if I can zoom in. And then just leave like a, don't make it perfectly even in the middle. And then you can use a darker color of that same shade, like if you wanted to do a darker blue, or you can use a totally different color. So I'm just going to use a darker blue. Something just pop it? No, okay. And you can do that here as well. I went a little too far on that. It's okay. But yeah, and then you'll have just a little shine once you finish the whole column. So you can do worms, and you can alternate colors or make a little shine in the middle. You can do the alternate shapes, either with parallel lines that are diagonals or parallel lines that are literally parallel across the page. Or again, this is the same thing. You're just going to draw the lines out, but you'll still do those little curves. Just alternate the curves. So decide if you want to do that one and how you want to do it.